A woman named Shella acquired a collectible comp necklace by Aleister Crowley in an estate sale back in 2012, and also struggled with addiction around the same time. Ever since then, strange unexplainable events have followed her throughout her life, and just recently, on June the 5th of 2025, it started getting worse again. While Cello had to do some dishes, she heard noises coming from down the corridor, so she sets her phone up to record, and this is what she catches.
I'm still hearing. He is terrified.
I know. Yeah, okay. You okay? I know. First, she hears knocking, then the door at the end opens and closes repeatedly by itself. The camera also distorts and shakes on its own. Then her dog gets really scared and runs away, whimpering. Cello is really worried as her dog seems to be really stressed and scared when any activity happens. She believes something is attached to her and follows her wherever she goes. Funeral Home Collection. On July the 3rd of 2025, a man under the name Captain Koski explains that he has been living in his current house for close to a year now, and nothing strange has ever happened before. He has a hobby of collecting strange spooky items from hidden homes, often associated with the dead. One day, a friend of his brings him some creepy items, and a few days after, strange things start happening inside his house. While making a video explaining his experience, this happens. I've lived in this house for probably close to a year now, and I've never had anything happen here. I've never once thought that there was any kind of like haunting stuff going on or ghosts or anything like that. Until a couple weeks ago when I was given these like lab grade like test tube things. And these are like legit Pyrex brand, like super high quality glass, right? Came from a funeral home. So the other day I was up in my bedroom and I started hearing like clinking, and I don't see a move, but I'm hearing, and it's like obviously those. So I didn't think too much about it. And then a few days after that, I start seeing like little shadows in the side of my vision, right? I'm like peeking over while I'm watching TV. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, like my sleep has not been as good. Everything's just been kind of weird, right? While he talks about the paranormal activity that has been occurring in his house. A dog shadow figure can be seen moving around behind his door without him knowing. He continues talking about the strange voices he hears throughout his house. And just a few moments after seeing the figure, he catches the voice. If you've done a lot of like ghost investigation, EVP, analyzing, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that is the quality. Like, that is a perfect example of a disembodied voice. He then shows that there's no space for a jacket to be hanging or a person to be standing in as it's surrounded by his funeral items. And the door itself doesn't have a hammer. A few days later, he decides to start some paintings when he sees a shadow figure upstairs out of the corner of his eye. So he starts recording this.
Yeah?
The man and takes a picture. What looks like a tall, dark, shadowed figure can be seen standing on the stairs, while sticking out as if it were standing on the same level. Then, moments later, it's gone, and he shows how it looks when it's not there. Kelly's brother has no idea what item is causing the paranormal activity, but he hopes to find out soon. If you have any video recommendations, you can send them over to depthsofdespairbusiness@gmail.com or tag us on TikTok at depthsofdespair.yt. Camping by a well. A man named CJ travels around Europe to strange and creepy remote locations and camps overnight in them for days, and sometimes weeks, along with his dog Lance. His YouTube channel Project Amber has nothing to do with anything paranormal whatsoever, except for this one video. One day, CJ was camping out in a very remote forest area located somewhere in the French countryside. He's fixing his fridge that broke down, when all of a sudden his dog starts behaving very strangely just off screen. Right. I'm sure with house rig you're supposed to... Well, I'm pretty sure with the house fridge, if you move it, it's great if you leave it like 12 or 24 hours. So, it's a cell, look after the cell. Now just set it upside down. I'm back again, say it. I'll let it the full 24 hours, I think. Sweet whipped. Well, you had option up. Did you freaking me out, others? There's nowhere ever there. See someone no. Sujay then explains why he's getting paranoid by the dog's behavior. There's actually a walk just where I'm parked, so you're down into a truck, and there's a walk that a big metal wiring in. And every so often I don't park there, and I saw the wow. Instantly, started thinking about the ring, which when I was about, in his mouth is not 10 when he, wow, and scared beach. Now, made, like, I didn't sleep properly. And now the dog keeps looking over in that direction, and where he is, the mud, ram ain't a white root, But up, as it starts getting darker in the evening, things begin to get even stranger. Okay, I'm seriously freaked out now. Married arcade, like really loud moaning, like booming across the mountains. I've come down to work, hear it. I got to this old well, and it stopped. I mean, that thing's wild freaky, so I smiled at the ring. But just as soon as I got here, just from over there, there's no track or anything, it's just wood. This girl appeared, dressed like kind of like a monk, no shoes, and no hair. So I said, deep bonjour, and she responded. After she was okay, but she didn't respond then. She just carried on walking. So I carried on a bit and thought I better double check. Went to go and find her again. She's gone. Thought that way, that's what my van is. And my goes to the road. Down where she went that way. There's nothing. There's nothing for miles. Where could she go? I'm gonna leave. CJ explained that his dog Lance is usually extremely excited to meet any new people and would often run over to them to interact with them. But the dog was afraid to go near the boat girl for some reason and instead hid in the opposite direction. A little later on, CJ sees her again wandering around randomly in the big countryside woods. He then says he saw her again later, but didn't get to record it as it was brief. I saw the girl another 2 times. The last time I was near the van and she was running through the forest. I left. I booted it. I was gone. I'm about 50 miles from there now. I was going so fast. I didn't even cut the van away. Yeah, it's a pretty big mess in there. CJ believes there could have been a spirit of a girl who died in the well and is somehow bound to it, roaming around the nearby woods some day. So is this a real ghost in the French woods? Let me know. The baby monitor. A woman named Delaney often makes videos about her pug dog, but one day she uploaded something more unsettling. Delaney has a baby monitor set up in her child's bedroom to monitor them. And one night, she lays her child making a lot of noises in their sleep. So she decides to check the baby monitor and was frozen with fear after what she saw. I mean, Whenever the song house I live in, say, metaphor. But also the beats are definitely hung on the outside. Of window, cause let him blake than what the lurf. A harp is a lazar. The only other like weird-ish thing to know is I've been hearing like loud noises. Bro, fucking get chef, you home with Uppington. Like oh my god, Jackie. I'm sorry, dude. You just said the holy shit on me. After observing the scratches on the window, the cupboard door suddenly opens on its own behind her, and scratching sounds can be heard. Tara is convinced this is the same entity that has followed her throughout her life. So is Tara being haunted by something evil that is attached to her? Or is it all just an intricate ruse? You judge. Attachment. A woman named Kelly uploaded some creepy videos on July the 13th of 2025 that her brother sent her from his house. Her brother lives alone and started to experience strange poltergeist activity around his house. This activity kept growing over time, so he had some mediums come in and check the place out. The mediums believe he has a haunted item in his possession as something attached to it, but he has no idea what item it is or where it is in his house. So he sets up some security cameras around the house, and one night, the living room camera captures something chewing.
Mom also says that she has seen unexplainable paranormal events when she was younger, so she believed Tara without hesitation.
I'm going to tell you a ghost story. It's a true ghost story. And I believe that whatever it is has followed me here.
The activity Tara had been experiencing throughout her life suddenly stopped one day a few years ago. That is, until recently she moved into a new house somewhere in the countryside, and after a while of living there, she noticed her pets behaving strangely, staring at the ceiling for long periods of time. Now, a few days later, Tara begins to notice strange scratch marks on the ceiling just below her attic, and things slowly got worse from then onwards.
I'm on the phone with my stepdad today, right? He goes, "Who's there with you?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Who's there with you?" I was like, "No one, why?" And he's like, "Who's that guy talking?" I'm like, "I'm here completely alone. What do you mean?" He's like, "There's a man talking. Like just as loud as you right now." And I was like, "I don't hear anything." And then he said it stopped.
Afterwards, Tara started to notice scratches on one of the second floor windows, which at first may look like they are from the inside, but the scratches are actually on the outside of the window.
So bad news, there's new scratches. Again, these are on the outside of the windows, and I'm on the second floor. You can tell me what you think it says.
Yes.
Let me get a good angle here. I don't.
What looks like a dark figure can be seen through the gap on the door before it closes on its own, causing him to retreat back to his bedroom, where he then sees something horrifying. En av det som house are overvendt. Metaphor. But also the beats are definitely on the outside. A wooden dog has let him blade than what the lurf. A harp is a lazar. The only other like weird-ish thing to know is I've been hearing like loud noises. Bro, fucking get chef you home with upping home. Like oh my God, Jackie. I'm sorry, dude. You just said the holy shit on me. After observing the scratches on the window, the cupboard door suddenly opens on its own behind her, and scratching sounds can be heard. Tara is convinced this is the same entity that has followed her throughout her life. So is Tara being haunted by something evil that is attached to her? Or is it all just an intricate ruse? You judge. Attachment. A woman named Kaylee uploaded some creepy videos on July the 13th of 2025 that her brother sent her from his house. Her brother lives alone and started to experience strange poltergeist activity around his house. This activity kept growing over time, so he had some mediums come in and check the place out. The mediums believe he has a haunted item in his possession as something attached to it, but he has no idea what item it is or where it is in his house. So he sets up some security cameras around the house, and one night, the living room camera captures something chewing. Some orbs are seen flying around before the door suddenly opens on its own, and then a black nest is seen moving around in the room. The very next day, he's sitting at his desk working on his PC when this happens. One of the rooms gets really dark out of nowhere, and then a door slams shut on its own. Shortly after, his cat goes missing somewhere inside the house, so he decides to record while looking for him. Take a look. Yes. Yes. What looks like a dark figure can be seen through the gap on the door, before it closes on its own, causing him to retreat back to his bedroom, where he then sees something horrifying. Hello? Hello? What the fuck? Who's in there? Oh, fuck. Noises can be heard coming from right where he last caught the shadowed figure on camera. Then, as he walks towards it, the door just opens on its own, causing him to turn around and just get out of there. After collecting his strange objects and now experiencing paranormal events, he is thoroughly convinced something is now haunting his house. Hopefully, we get some more updates soon. Dark Deads. On July the 5th of 2025, a group of friends were exploring an abandoned silo late at night when they suddenly hear a girl's voice calling out for help from down below. Heads map to the chill. The shut that kaboolish. That's the water buses over on it's you a still water. Hank it is a pathway Dutch. Are you a still water? Like you study it if the lit like who? From the deep dark depths of the silo, an overly calm girl's voice can be heard asking for help, saying she lost her friends. The boys realize it sounds suspicious and ask if she's a skinwalker, to which she just replies, I lost my friends, in a very calm manner, or like that of someone actually stuck and lost in need of help. Realizing something is clearly not right with this person, they quickly turn around and get out of there. Since the abandoned silo is so big and meets down into the darkness, many people believe that loads of mimics or skinwalkers are lurking down there. The Asylum. This next video comes from a woman named Sarah who is alone handling the cleaning duty for an asylum building when she starts hearing strange noises. It's at that moment she pulls her phone out and begins to record. Take a look. Och, gabeches kan escuchando. Which of Riaz? Oye? De viene Serena. Se escucha como piberitana. Como se hablarán. Más bien. We just want your culita. Grupis la ca. Oiga. Hay veces que soy las tuyas erradas. Te caminan que amna. Yo con eso. Ay, qué profession. I'm. Jesus. I was in Lego. What is your couch? Har has he should be egging a double there. Okay. No, aber ich chit the pub. Figure said Eddie Chumshik or too much over though. I think I keep bringing. How do you hear? A creaky whisper can be very saying, I see you. And then moments later, a food storage car comes sliding down the room on its own. All the while the elevator suddenly doesn't respond. A few days later, Sarah is woken up around.
So.
What appears to be a dark figure can be seen standing against the dark wall, just watching the child sleep. Then out of nowhere, it extends its arm over and touches the bed, almost reaching the sleeping child, who remained in a deep sleep-like state, before the figure suddenly retracts its arm back into the darkness. The lady was completely horrified and worried for her child's safety, but luckily she hasn't seen it again since then. The unknown. A woman named Alex, who lives with her 2 sons and husband, explains that something has been tormenting them inside their home for some time now. She often hears her son's voice when he's not in the house and sees dark figures moving around. On one night, she hears noises around the house and sees something, so she begins to record and catches this.
Jeg bor din kjøre på forbi på det. Jeg bygger ikke vold av at det er noe. What a like that? Oh, it's scared.
Boy, what the? Du ska warning up. Du är där bara. Get för att tända för livet. Mors med an borten. Där så det femmer netom. Så gulad. One med det bättre det. Ik your time. Bieje. One preppy shall be that a wipe if you can do. Put a vis on.
Rebecca would run gra. We leave.
The door opens by itself with nobody there, and then the window in her son's room is wide open. Then she sees something nuding outside, but it seems too hard to see on the camera. Later that night, she sees this.
Still for lie. You do what? You take it. Go up and kick a kill or require of. What the witch?
A dark shadow silhouette of a little boy is seen coming out from where her closet is and walking across the room. This happens continuously, but when she looks around, there's nobody there. Alex believes something may be attached to her family. But as always, let me know what you think.